Good evening, good evening, good evening. Right, I am with you tonight to discuss Harry. Now, I have a confession to make. Oops, let me just adjust the camera a little. Let me bring this up. That might be a little bit better. Okay. Right, I have a confession to make. I have not watched the Netflix show, although I've heard different peoples from different sides discuss some of it. I've seen clips. I was supposed to watch the interview today, but I got sidetracked. So this is a completely cold reading. Good evening, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a completely cold reading. And to be honest with you, I kind of prefer to do cold readings. And maybe it's my ego, maybe it's me wanting to see how far I've come with my development. I don't know. But quite honestly, I prefer to do cold readings. I prefer to know as little about the situation as possible. um, because then I think that I'm less likely to be biased. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here too. Thank you for joining me. I'm quite aware that in your time zone, this is a little bit early. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. And to all my other viewers, regardless of time zone, regardless if you're watching live or if you're going to watch on a rerun, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate all your support. I would ask, in the words of Lamar Townsend, please buy your ticket to the show by liking. You can choose whether you want to subscribe or not. I usually put out about 2 videos a week, and I will be increasing that, not just on tarot, but on other things. But I don't like to move too fast. I like to move in a sustainable manner. So, but anyway, but yeah, so for some reason, I like to do cold readings. And yeah. I mean, sometimes it helps. It always helps the more you know. But I like to do cold readings. And plus, when it comes to the whole Harry, Meghan, royal family, Windsor situation, there's so much, there's a lot of strong emotion out there. Oh, good evening, Musings by Manifa. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, there's so much vitriol and so much negative emotion out there that it's hard to hear, to be frank with you. For example, I don't tend to watch anything on Ukraine for that reason. There's so much death and suffering, and yes, I know that the Ukrainians are doing very well with their situation. They're doing very well with their fight back and their rallying against the Russians. And and that's a wonderful thing. But just watching that sometimes can be a bit much for me. it can be a bit much for me, and frankly, I can't, I find it hard to take in that kind of that energy. I find it hard to take in. And with everything that's been happening in the UK lately, we've had so much awful news that sometimes I don't even want to turn on the television to find out what's happening in the world or what's happening in this country, because there's so much awful news. So tonight I'm going to do a reading on whether Harry's gone too far this time and why he may have gone too far. I'm a bit concerned about Harry. I confess, I like Harry. I don't really like doing readings on people I don't like, but which I suppose does tend to make me intrinsically biased. But the reason I'm doing this reading tonight is because I'm worried about Harry. I'm worried about the interview. And as much as I haven't watched all of it, I've seen clips, which I didn't think were terribly terrible, but there has been a loss of sympathy, even amongst those who really do like him in this country. And I'm talking about the UK. I know that they love him and Meghan in America. I know they do. And, I like them. I think that they're a lovely young couple. I say young, I think there's only about 10 years between us, but still, I am seizing my grey-haired rights. I have no grey. Well, okay, I've had grey hair since I was 5. I think there's between 5 and 7 grey hairs in my head. I'm not going to tell you about the rest of my body. However, it's coming. It's coming soon. But yeah. So I'm going to seize my older lady rights by saying they're a lovely young couple. Anyway. So yeah, but I'm worried. I'm worried for Harry. I'm worried. Has he opened up himself to more danger from other groups of people who wouldn't normally be that interested in harming him or his wife? I'm concerned about the comments that he made around being a soldier. I don't think it's necessarily a secret that in order to hurt other human beings, you have to not see them as human beings. You have to see them as obstacles that need to be removed from the board. I don't think this is a secret. I think anyone of any level of intellect will understand that. Now, saying the quiet part out loud, that's what people are saying over here. Well, the kill number, I think, is the main sticking point for a lot of people. And I'm concerned in how this is going to affect him moving forward. I don't think I need to read on his popularity in the UK, because there are people who will always love him, and there are people who will always hate him. And that's how life is. You don't have to be famous for people to love you or hate you. It just is what it is. Yes. Oh, you liked my James Brown's clip, Lisa D. Yeah, yes, Manifa. Yes, yeah, that's why I'm concerned, yeah, I did my little James Brown clip to all my subscribers or people who check out my community page. I've been quite ill the last few weeks, and I just didn't think that it was Well, for starters, I didn't like the idea of handling my cards while I was being grasped so fiercely by some kind of virus, an influenza bug. I didn't like the idea that I might contaminate my cards. That's number one. And number two, there was a lot of bodily fluids being expelled during my illness. I mean, even my ankles were sweating. My ankles have never sweat, but on this occasion, my ankles were sweating. This fever went on for days. So I figured that it was not really a good idea for me to be having a hacking cough, a productive cough, a dribbling nose, and sweat fevering my forehead while I'm trying to read cards. No, who wants to look at that? That's kind of disgusting. But anyway, so yes, I had my James Brown clip because I felt like I'd returned to life, back to reality. So here I am. Oh yes, Salman Rushdie. Yes, exactly, Lisa D. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Salman Rushdie found out the hard ways that your enemies can play the long game very well. And this is why I'm worried about Harry. Because previously, even though everyone knows that he was in the Afghan war, there was only so much that we knew about it. Him talking about his kill number and how he viewed Afghan soldiers, Taliban fighters, that worries me. That worries me quite a bit. So tonight, that's what we're going to look at. I shuffled some cards already while I was talking because you know me, I can chat. Look, if talking was an Olympic sport, I would definitely be, I'd be eligible to compete for my country. Let's put it that way. And so, right, so I'm going to pull some energy cards. What is the energy around Harry? Right, what is the energy around Harry? This time I'm going to accept reversals. Don't normally accept reversals, but if there are any, I shall accept them. And I will do that with all my cards. So there's those three. And today I'm using a different tarot deck. I'm using the Lightseers deck, the Lightseers Tarot today. Now, normally I only ever use this deck when I'm doing personal readings. But today, because I'm reading on Harry as if he came to me and said, Sheraton, can you give me a reading? Can you please give me a reading? So I'm redoing this reading as if he's asking me to read for him directly. That's how concerned I am for him. For me, I mean, everything on every video I've ever done where I've been doing tarot, it's all for entertainment purposes only. I'm a tarot reader. I do not have any links in the media. I do not have any links with landed gentry. I do not have any links with the royal family. I am just an ordinary woman who's a little bit crazy with mad hair, shuffling cards somewhere in London. That's it. So please do not sue me. This is just, this is my opinion of what Spirit is telling me. This is my opinion, my interpretation of what I believe Spirit is telling me. So all of this is for entertainment purposes only. I have no wish whatsoever to upset anybody. But tonight's reading is a little bit different because I'm going to do a reading as if I was doing a reading for Harry himself. So that's what tonight's reading is going to be. So I suppose it will give you guys a glimpse if any of you ever wish for me to do a personal reading for you. And I have to say, at this point, if I do a personal reading for you, you're not going to have me talking so much in the beginning either. I'm not going to be doing all that chatting in the beginning. So don't worry. Right, so let's see. Okay, has Harry gone too far? Is Harry in danger? And if so, from where? If so, from where? All right. I'm going to take that card there, that one there. Okay, 3. Am I going to do 5 cards tonight or am I going to do a Celtic cross? I'd normally do a Celtic cross. I think I'm going to do a Celtic cross. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do it a little tiny bit different this time. I'm going to spread the cards out. And I'm going to take that one. That's 5 and 6. Nope. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I reserve the right to look at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This I'm going to use later. I'm going to ask for what he can do, how he can overcome his obstacles. So, okay, peoples. Let's get to the reading. Oh, good evening, Marie. Nicole, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. As I've said to everyone before, in the words of Lamar Townsend, fantastic tarot reader. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. It's Lamar Townsend. You will find he does so many readings on so many things. He's fantastic. As does Musings by Manifa, already in the chat, and Marie Nicole. Please check out their channels. They are all fantastic. Now, let's get on with the reading. The first card I have here is Hermit. This is Harry's energy. I asked, is he in danger? Has he put himself in more danger? Okay. The light attributes of this card: seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. The shadow of this is withdrawals from society out of fear or negative judgment of others and refuses to help those in need. Second card I pulled was Midas, Miser. The light attributes of which are entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing one's life's riches. Shadow attributes: hoarding money and emotions, obsessive of losing your wealth. I don't know if I remarked that this card came out reversed, but it did. And the final card here we have the energy, which came out upright, rescuer. Provide strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. The shadow attribute assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. No, we're dealing here with the light attributes of this archetype. So those are the energies that are surrounding Harry in regards to his safety. Very interesting. Now, I often will pull from the Rebel Oracle deck. I don't feel I need to tonight. Let's have a look and see what the tarot has to say. I'm doing a Celtic cross. Let's see. Okay, as I will repeat, this is a completely cold reading. First card I have is the Seven of Pentacles. I see him making an assessment, a perusal. He's planted a number of seeds and he wishes to see them come, to see what grows, what comes to fruition. Now, with the first energy card I got for Hermit, I think it's fair to say that his office, his crew, it's very much a closed ship. They're not just letting every and anyone in. There are only select people who can come in. Oh, by the way, can anyone hear music in the background while I'm speaking? Could you just check for me? Because I'm hoping that it doesn't become too overwhelming for you guys. Can you hear music in the background? Or is it just, am I worried for no reason? Because I've got some spiritual chanty music on to help me focus. You'll let me know. Okay. So yeah, his office at the moment is a very closed ship. Only certain. Oh, you can hear the chanting. All right, let me turn down the TV. I'll turn it down. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, I'm so. Oh dear, I do apologize, people. I do apologize. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, I like to have chanting music on in the background when I'm doing readings. It helps me focus my energy, etc., etc. And yeah, okay, all right, then I'll put it up a little bit more then in that case, because I feel comfortable with it, especially considering what we're talking about at the moment. Because I was warned that it was going to be important for me to have protections around me. And I feel like the sound of the spiritual music in the background, my incense burning, my towers, and my selenite that is humming in my hand every time I pick it up is doing the job. Anyway, yeah, so I want to say that his office is very closed off at the moment. There's only select people allowed in. He's very much focused on his personal creativity and things that he can do. One of the concerns that he has, that he's had for a while now, is making money. Thank you, good, fantastic. Is making money. That's been a concern of his. So he's trying to get as much money as he can, because he's worried that he won't have enough to protect him and his family. And I think that's a perfectly legitimate feeling to have, considering that he's come from one of, a fairly wealthy family, one of the richest families in the world, and he's grown up in wealth. So he wants to make sure that he has enough. And I think that's reasonable. But he is worried about not being able to make money to support himself and his family. So that's where this first card comes in. The assessment. Have I planted the seeds I need to ensure our future security? Okay. That card is crossed by the King of Pentacles. This is Harry. This is Harry. Harry is the King of Pentacles. You see, the thing is, he thinks, okay, he is very concerned about making enough money to support his family. I wouldn't say he necessarily has an obsession, although the Midas Miser card points towards that. But he is highly concerned with making sure they have enough. He doesn't quite recognize that he is the King of Pentacles. They got, what is it, £80 million for the Netflix documentary. I have no idea how much millions they made on this book deal, but I'm sure it was a considerable amount. Maybe another 100 million. I don't know. So he's been making moves to make money. He's also got his Apple podcast thing out, I think. So they're making all these moves to really make sure that they have enough money going forward, and they can use that money wisely to invest. So those are his main concerns at the moment. Taking care of his family, making sensible steps, being stable. Now, in regards to going too far, I don't think so. The point of this was to make money. So this is a new way of him making money. This will not be the first book that this is the first book that he's written. It will not be the last. He will go on to write other books, I believe. And I think I've said that before. That he will be going on to write other books. I don't think they will necessarily be directly related to his relationships with his family, however. But I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. The past position, we have the Sun. We have freedom. We have enlightenment. We have the sun shining for him in the past position. Oh boy. Oh boy. Crowning the reading, we have the Devil. I don't know what to say. I'm going to say something. Yeah, exactly, Marie. Uh-oh. In the immediate future, we have Judgment. You know, I'm feeling, I'm feeling you know, I want you to look at this picture of the devil. You see this guy, he looks so beautiful and so handsome, and he's got his hands out to you. And he's like, come with me. And then you realize there's strings attached to that hand he's holding out. And there is someone attached to them in anguish. Now, in the traditional Rider Waite deck, you'll have the devil sitting on a throne, and you will have two people, a man and a woman, being held in bondage, and the devil's holding the strings for them. And it is often interpreted as someone being enthralled, addicted, obsessed with the wrong things. It can be sex, it can be drugs, it can be a political point of view, it can be the desire to make money. And it's at the expense of the spiritual being within. I feel like saying that he's been encouraged to spill the beans. And whilst he has a legitimate reason to be upset, a very, very legitimate reason to be upset, he's been treated shabbily by his family. This has hurt him. He's been hurt by his family already, but I feel like he's not really in control of him. I feel like he has tossed off the shackles and chains of the royal family and swapped them for some other shackles. Either that, and when I say shackles, I'm not saying that the shackles are necessarily attached to another person or organization. The shackles, because we are talking about the devil card, I said it can be issues of substance abuse, it can be sex, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, money, ideology. Okay, so I'm not saying that the devil that he's attached to necessarily is another person. It could be an aspect of his character that feels that because he's being encouraged to just spill so much, perhaps more than he should have, and it's hurt him, because I think that this puppet here, sorry, this person here on the strings, I think that's Harry's inner being. I think this is his inner being. I think this is his inner being is in anguish. And I know I said before that when after his grandmother passed, with the way they were treated when they came to the UK before was so bad, he thought, fuck those people. I know I said that before, but, and I do believe that there may have been some things when they got back to America from the UK that they let slip either in the book or in the Netflix series. I'm not 100% sure, but there may have been extra things that they allowed in there that they may not have allowed had it been for the treatment. But I think that you make a good point, Manifa. It could be ego. And this is not me having a go at Harry. I'm really, really not. It, because, we've all got a family and they don't always treat us the way we deserve. Lisa, you know, that's a possibility. But I'm not really going to get into conspiracy theories here. It's a possibility, but I don't really think that the globalists would have that much to gain from a fall in the British monarchy. I really don't. I don't see what they'd have to gain. But yeah, he's in anguish. And I would say in the immediate future, there are going to be issues in regards to his judgment. And I'm gonna have a look at the judgment card because there's so many things that you can read into this card. It's a powerful card. I mean, it's a major arcana, so there is that. But okay, yeah, discernment. Okay, in the immediate future, he's going through a phase. He's going through a phase. And it's sitting right next to the Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Sun. Which all tells a story. Freedom, assessment, a methodical course, and a rebirth. So this is a milestone. This is something I feel that he had to do. He had to. I feel that this is his final word on the family drama. This is something he had to do to get past, so the boy could be let go, so the man could be born, so the man could come forward. In Game of Thrones, and I don't really want to repeat the words, but at the wall, one of the One of the brothers at the wall tells Jon Snow, kill the boy and let the man come forth. I don't want to say that because I don't like the word kill. But let the boy go. Not to say that you should ignore your inner child, but allow your inner child to rest so the man can be born and come forth. I would say that he will find a new direction and a new way of making money, which is also indicated by the Ace of Pentacles, which is the foundation of this reading. Now, going though, so this is in the immediate future, so this will come fairly soon. Now, offers, the Four of Cups, this is about emotions. There'll be people, I believe, who will be asking him to expand on his emotional baggage, the stuff that he's brought out in the book. And it may seem at some point like an option. I don't think it's an option that he will want, because in his mind he is not happy, and he is watching other people, because he's in not necessarily a hermit mode, but because he's in a very tight circle. He's watching to see who he can trust. So he's probably getting invitations here, there, and everywhere to interview. And he also has to do the whole book junket where he goes around and he talks about the book. But I think that you'll see him on stage and he'll be smiling and really, friendly and his normal self. But inside, I think that there is a possibility that he might go through another phase of depression after all of this. He might go through another phase of depression. In fact, I will go further and say he's feeling a little bit depressed now. There's a feeling of nostalgia for the past, and everybody's trying to get him to talk about his past. I mean, that's what the book Spare is about, essentially. So, yeah, there's a feeling of nostalgia. He's going to be he's talking a lot about childhood memories, and I think that with his feelings of depression, he will be seeking counseling. That's if he's not in counseling already. I think that what he's going through at the moment just compounds the situation. Five of Wands. Mock battles. This is the media. The media. They blow things out of proportion. They seem like they want to fight. They want to cause trouble. Something that could be perfectly innocent, like Meghan saying that she did a theatrical curtsy bow when she met the Queen. Something that I found perfectly innocent and not at all insulting, incendiary, or crumbs. Yes, not at all insulting or incendiary. Crumbs, what am I doing? Yeah, they want to turn that into something to fight about. So it could be the smallest thing. And everybody is it's like red meat and they just want to rip him apart. Anyway, and that's another thing that he's concerned about. He's concerned about the media coverage. I think that's the reason why he's feeling depressed. I think that's the reason he's feeling depressed. Okay. And as the final card here, I have here the Knight of Swords. Knights are action cards. The Knight of Swords is about coming forward and, jumping in, ready to go, and, ready to rip shit up. Pardon my language. Excuse me. Hopefully there's no kids watching. Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of sudden changes for him. A lot of sudden changes for him. An impulsive action. I asked whether I think that he's in danger. To be honest, I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking, yeah. And it's right next to the Devil card as well, which I don't like. I don't like that this card is right next to the Devil card. I'm doing Tracy's version of the Celtic Cross. I quite like it because I like the way it tells a story. So yeah, I would say sudden changes. Now, has he been forthright? Absolutely. He's been very truthful and very honest. He's a very truthful, honest kind of guy. But as I said, yeah, I think that's a very interesting point. I think that's, yeah, exactly. You're trying to heal, but you're talking about the past all the time. That's difficult. That's difficult. And it can make you despondent and thinking and ruminating over the past. So that brings up his mind, which I feel is depression, having to do things and go over things that he doesn't particularly want to go over, he wants to leave behind. And the nostalgia, the environment, constantly thinking about the past. So I'm feeling here depression. But the Knight of Swords, I think Knights are action cards. And I think there's going to be, although he's been very honest and open about things, I think that he's definitely in danger of becoming quite depressed. I think he's going to need counseling again after all this comes out. I think that yeah, I think that oh, I'm gonna have a look in the book. Yeah, okay, competition. It says here, expect to be active and on the go. Swords often herald a period of struggle or competition in which you need to take quick and firm action. What do we have here? Competition. Okay, restlessness, analytical problem solving. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm going to issue a warning for Harry. You are a Virgo man. By your nature as an earth sign, even though you're quite, you're a vigorous guy, I would say to you, try not to be too rash. Try to be analytical. When you're making moves, act like it's a chess game. When people are making offers to you, analyze the offers carefully. Weigh them carefully. Weigh out the pros and the cons. I'm hoping so, Lisa. I have a feeling that the next couple of books won't be so focused on the past. I think they'll be focused on the present and the future. So I would say to Harry, you're going to have lots of offers, not just for books, but for other things. Weigh up the pros and cons. Check the paperwork. Make sure you're not being tied up in a contract and they haven't got you like a puppet on a string. Because if they've got you like a puppet on a string, talking about stuff you don't want to talk about anymore, it's going to lead to you having a mental breakdown. And you don't need that in your life. And I know that you don't want that in your life. Your life has been hard enough. You've gone through enough. Okay. Let's have a look at the bottom of the pack. Things are going to be moving super fast. Super fast. I've said, I'll say it again, balance. Balance. Weigh up the pros and cons of any deals or contracts that are coming towards you. Ask yourself if emotionally you are willing to put yourself out there and put yourself through the ringer. You want to heal from the past, which has been painful. Talking about it all the time will not help you. Not for the appetite of the general public. With your counselor, that's one thing, but not for public consumption. There's going to be a period of confusion. There's a lot of sevens here. There's a lot of sevens here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Chariot, the seven. Now we've got the Seven of Cups. And it's a 7-year. Oh, Harry. This is the year that will make you or break you as a man. This is the year where you have the opportunity to say goodbye to your inner child. Let him go peacefully, safely, and allow the man to be born. There will be a period of confusion, but rather than feel you need to pick something because people are pressuring you all over the place, don't pick. Wait. The right opportunity will come when you wait. It will be there quite clearly. It will reveal itself if you wait. There is a possibility here of betrayal, but also it's the end of a cycle. This is an important year for you. This is a spiritual year for you. This is the end of a cycle. The inner child must rest so the man can be born. Balance. Again, balance. Temperance. Harry, I want you to watch your alcohol intake. I want you to watch how much weed you're bunning. Allow the weed. The weed ain't gonna help you. Put down the spliff. Allow it. Watch your substances. Watch your vices. Oh, this is important. The wheel. The wheel. This could be really great. Okay, this is a turning point. I've already said it's a turning point. Watch your vices. Don't allow people to push you into making hasty decisions. You're coming to the end of a cycle. As much as things have seemed to, especially in the UK, seem to be going against you, the wheel turns. The wheel turns. If you are careful in the opportunities you take up and you wait for the right one to make itself apparent, good things. Good things. And there'll be world-changing things. Everyone will see the man you blossom into, and it will be a positive thing. It will be a positive thing. You will have financial independence the way that you want. Maybe a new house or something. Anyway, yes, you'll have to watch covert maneuvers. There will be covert maneuvers against you. And there'll be some kind of barter. There'll be give and take. All right, so those are those cards there. Okay, let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, yes, he needs to play chess and not checkers. Because he's in an unfamiliar, I don't want to say industry because he's never been in an industry before, but he's in an unfamiliar environment. He doesn't understand what the pitfalls really are. Yes, yeah, judgment. Yeah, a tell-all book. Yeah, exactly. A tell-all book is just a phrase. He shouldn't tell everything. And to be fair, I don't think he has. I actually don't think he has. I don't think he's told everything. Not the way he could have. I think he could have really told some things. And he didn't. He didn't. And, you know, I'm a bit confused, people. Please tell me, because you know me, as I said, I love doing a cold reading. And this is a cold reading. But I've heard some people say that he hates Camilla, that he really can't stand her. And that was not the impression that I got. I got the impression that he wasn't that keen on her marrying his dad to begin with, but you know, as time went on, he kind of made his peace with it and she turned out to be okay, which is what he said. But did anyone get that he was saying that he hated Camilla? I'm just curious. Please let me know. At the moment, I'm shuffling for a final outcome for Harry. Oh, Harry, Harry, Harry. I hope you're going to be okay. What's the final outcome for you? What's the final outcome for you? Let's have a look, see. What is the final outcome for you? All right, before I do that, let me just pick up all these cards off the table. They don't all need to be here like that. Give myself a bit of space. I'll cleanse these cards later. Right. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, yes, the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Manifa. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, let's have a look. Harry, what's your final outcome? And what does Spirit want you to know? Let's have a look, see. Let's have a look, see. All right, all right, all right, all right. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to pick you. You're hiding. I don't know what you're hiding for. You're not even the one. Yes, you. You're the one. Okay. All right then. Let's see. Miracles. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I didn't get the. Some people have said that he doesn't like her. He hates her guts. I never really got that impression about him at all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So let's have a look, see. Miracles. Let's see, Harry. What does what is this? This is your final outcome here. Let's have a read. Miracles. It's a nice card to get, actually. It's a very nice card to get. Okay. Oh, the double rainbow. Let's see if I can hold this card straight. All right. After the storm, the rainbow appears. No matter where we are, the instant a rainbow splashes across the sky, we usually stop and stand in awe. Some say that rainbows are messages from the Creator. Others say that they are part of the electromagnetic spectrum phenomena. But no matter the explanation for their existence, rainbows have struck awe in the hearts and souls of many through time. Many traditions believe that rainbows are blessings from the Creator. A double rainbow is a double blessing. The storms of the past are passing, and your dreams are coming true. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abounding miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program, invest in your career. He's doing all that. Or initiate a relationship. I'm sure there's some relationships he could initiate. I don't know. Anyway, good fortune will manifest. Good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. You know, this is going to be a year of some difficulty for Harry, mentally and emotionally. But if he comes out of this, if he approaches this situation in a balanced way, and I do believe that he's very keen on mental health, and the moment he feels he needs therapy, he will get therapy. Megan does not strike me as the kind of woman who's gonna put up with a sloppy man. So drinking and boozing and doing all kind of foolishness, she's not that type of woman. And Harry does not want that life anyway. So I think that if they feel that things are getting out of hand, they will deal with it. I think the thing he has to watch, however, is who he gets into bed with business-wise, the contracts. It might look like a fantastic idea on the surface, but underneath, it might not be. Watch the contracts. So that's what I would say to that. That's what I would say to that. But apart from that, this year is very important for him. It's a year of important spiritual growth. I think that he will grow spiritually as a person. I think he will develop and flower into a fantastic man. I'm not saying that he's not a great guy now, but he's still got a bit of the boy about him. I think that this is an important time for him, for both of them. And I wish them well. Yes, she would. She absolutely would. So with that, people, I would say thank you very much for joining me tonight. You have been marvelous. For those watching me on a replay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Please, if you've watched, please, in the words of Lamar Townsend, as I always, I love watching Lamar. Lamar's great. In the words of Lamar, please buy your ticket to the show by liking the post. It helps with the algorithm. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. And please share. And if you'd like a personal reading, please contact me at showintheends@gmail.com. And I shall see you guys on Monday. I'm going to do a naughty one on Monday. I'm going to do Andrew Tate. Yeah, I'm going to do Andrew Tate. I said it. I'm going to do Andrew Tate. I know. All right. Have a wonderful weekend and goodbye. See you guys Monday. Oh, for crying out loud. Why won't this thing go? What is it doing? I know what it's doing. It's doing something. I wish it would stop doing what it's doing. Can I leave? Okay, great. Fantastic. Can I go?